Welcome to Capital City News, your source for staying informed with Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Brian Young, reporting in from City Creek Canyon, a vital part of our city's watershed and under extreme threat of wildfire this year. For our interview this week, we spoke with Assistant City Recorder Lauren Schaefer about ranked choice voting. And to continue our celebration of Pride Month, our History Minute's about Harvey Milk and how we honor him here in the city. Before we get to those, let's go to our legislative update and then take a look back and a look ahead.
At its June 15th meeting, the City Council adopted its $358 million general fund budget on a unanimous vote. To learn more, visit slc.gov/council. Mayor Mendenhall, Salt Lake City Fire Chief Lieb, and Public Utilities Director Laura Briefer announced a ban on personal fireworks and open burning within the city limits. These fireworks can cause fires, and in the dry, extreme drought conditions in Salt Lake City, the fire marshal determined the ban was necessary for safety and for the conservation of water. For more information, visit slc.gov/mayor/drought. Mayor Mendenhall and Chief Brown were on hand for the Special Olympics torch run. Canceled in 2020 due to the pandemic, the Special Olympics are back, and the support of local law enforcement has been central to their mission from the beginning.
Just to gather together in support of this event and support of the athletes is just awesome.
Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall was joined by Representative Sandra Hollins and Betty Sawyer, Executive Director of the Project Success Coalition and the Utah Juneteenth Freedom and Heritage Festival, to raise the Juneteenth flag at the Salt Lake City and County building.
So Juneteenth is a reminder of what we can do when we work together, what we can do when we have a single-minded focus, what we can do when we leave all of our petty differences behind, what we can do if we remove ourselves from the center of the conversation and ask what if and bring others in.
Saving water is always smart, and right now it's more important than ever. An easy way to use less water is just to wait an extra day. Watering less frequently will save water and still support a healthy, attractive landscape. Learn more at slc.gov/utilities/conservation.
Salt Lake City is launching a process to update its transportation master plan. As a first step, we're creating a community advisory committee featuring a diverse network of people who live, work, and go to school in Salt Lake City. Advisory committee members will be paid $32 an hour. If you want to have a direct impact on the future of transportation in our city, please apply. Submit the application by June 2nd, 2021. You can fill it out online or in person at some city libraries or the Sorensen Unity Center. Learn more at slc.gov/transportation/TMP.
Road construction season continues apace. The two projects we'll be highlighting this week are the intersection of 3rd West and 1700 South and the central 9th portion of 900 South.
1700 South has been limited to one lane in each direction at 300 West. Plan to use other freeway exits and leave a little earlier or later to avoid traffic impacts. All businesses are open and available by way of right-hand turns. There are no left turns except at signalized intersections to keep traffic moving. Learn more at 300westslc.com. Around July 9th, construction will begin on 900 South between 300 West and West Temple. Traffic will be open in both directions and business access will be maintained. This section of construction on 900 South includes the 9-line trail extension, center median parking, and a new water line between West Temple and State Street. Find out more about the project and the future phases at 900southslc.com.
For more information or to see a complete map of reconstruction projects, visit slc.gov/bondmap. This week I spoke to Assistant City Recorder Lauren Schaefer. She talked to me about ranked choice voting, how it works, and what it means for you.
Ranked choice voting is different from the traditional method of voting where you typically choose between one of two candidates. With ranked choice voting, you get to rank your preferred candidates in order of preference. essentially meaning that your vote will transfer from candidate to candidate as the voting process eliminates the lower candidates. Ranked choice voting works where basically the candidate who gets 50% of the votes would automatically win. If no one gets 50% of the vote, they're eliminated in batches from bottom to top. And if your top candidate somehow was at the bottom of the larger group, your second vote would be transferred to the next candidate, and those votes would be redistributed until someone reached 50% or higher. Ranked choice voting is better for Salt Lake City because it saves the city money due to the elimination of a primary. It gives us more time to educate voters, and it gives candidates more time overall to campaign because they no longer have a primary to worry about. They go straight to the general election. Ranked choice voting changes the Salt Lake City election timeline by eliminating the primary, which essentially moves the declaration of candidacy period from the beginning of June to the beginning of August. Besides that, the election timeline will not change for Salt Lake City voters, as the general election will still be on November 2nd. For Salt Lake City voters this year, it'll be a primarily by mail election as it's always been. However, if you have questions or if you'd like to vote in person, there will be some limited in-person polling locations available. For more information about ranked choice voting, go to slc.gov/RCV.
Time now for our History Minute. In 1977, Harvey Milk became the first openly gay politician elected to office in the state of California. As an outspoken advocate of LGBT rights, Milk was only able to serve for 11 months before he was assassinated. During that time, though, he was able to sponsor an ordinance in San Francisco that protected people from facing discrimination at work, home, or in public on the basis of sexual orientation. He became a martyr and an icon for LGBT rights and political activism around the world. In 2010, under the leadership of Mayor Ralph Becker and the City Council, Salt Lake City was finally able to pass their own version of a non-discrimination ordinance with the support of all the major stakeholders in the state. With this coalition and momentum behind them, the city moved to designate a street in recognition of Harvey Milk. In 2016, led by Mayor Jackie Biskupski and the City Council, 900 South was renamed Harvey Milk Boulevard in honor of one of the most important politicians in the civil rights movement, proving that his legacy lives on everywhere a spirit of equality takes hold, as it does in Salt Lake City. That's it for another episode of Capital City News. Remember, the best way to stay engaged with Salt Lake City is to stay informed. To do that, follow us on social media at SLC.gov, subscribe to us on YouTube, or watch us on Channel 17. So, for Salt Lake City TV, reporting in from City Creek Canyon, I'm Brian Young. See you next time.